What's up guys, Valence Ring here, and I wanted to do a quick video showcasing alliance tech. I think this is a very important topic, especially as you're growing as an alliance. You definitely want to make sure that you're maximizing your alliance tech builds for maximum effect. Now, if you're not too familiar with it, in your alliance page, you can go into Alliance Tech, and this is where you do your daily donations. This benefits every member of the alliance. And there are two trees. You have the economy tree and the military tree. Now, when you're in the alliance, all of these boosts affect your sanctuary and your commander. So you definitely want to make sure that you're doing your donations because it affects everyone. On top of that, a lot of these, especially the military boosts, can be very beneficial when you're actually in war times, and depending upon how well you have set these up for Alliance Tech will determine how well you do in battle. And these are big boosts that can definitely help, and this corresponds with your own research tech. So you definitely want these as high as possible. Obviously you want to max them out. So what's the best plan? What's the best course of action for maximizing on Alliance Tech? The biggest thing I want to mention is that this benefits everyone, and not everyone has the same gameplay style. Some people are builders and researchers and just want to save stuff and collect stuff, and other people are very military based. You want to make sure that, of course, as an alliance, you're working together and you're cooperative, and it's helpful if you're in an alliance that has the same views as you. And has the same gameplay. That doesn't always work, and of course there will always be members with different opinions and different play styles. So you don't want to just pick the alliance tech that works only for you and only your play style. You want to be a little bit more cooperative, and you also want to make sure that you're maximizing how these boosts take effect. The economy tree mostly, as you can see here, benefits the first thing is the alliance expansion, and this allows you to have more members. You want this maxed out as soon as possible so that you can have the largest alliance possible. That'll help you out so much. If you can have a full alliance, we just did a merge actually, if you can have a full alliance, that's huge. Because everybody will be cooperating and sharing resources and things like that. So you definitely want alliance expansion pretty much up as fast as possible, and you should pretty much focus on that. But now, breaking this down, the economy tree is mostly for those things that help you for your sanctuary. For instance, your sanctuary builder, your tech researcher, and this speeds up the boost of you researching tech in your sanctuary, just so be clear. But you can always click on the little 3-bar icon at the top, and it'll tell you what it does. So obviously alliance techs can improve your strength, and then quitting the alliance will remove the corresponding effects. So these are for the alliance as a whole, as a member. So obviously you can see at level 5 your research speed goes up all the way to +8, which is a pretty big deal. So the economy tree helps you do those things, train units, heal units, and defensive alliances increases their resource rewards for your defensive alliance. So when you participate in defensive alliance, the rewards that you get go up. So obviously, in this new alliance, this is a tech tree that I'm just getting familiar with, but essentially all of these things help boost you as an alliance and for your economy in the economy tree. So food gathering, wood gathering, steel gathering, all these are pretty much maxed out. They've done a very good job of focusing on the economy tree. So the economy tree is definitely best to focus on early on as an alliance. You definitely want a lot of these up as soon as possible because the long-term effects are greater than military boosts. Military boosts are great for right now, but they don't have any other long-term effects, while the economy tree mostly is for long-term effects. So if you're speeding up, you're using less resources, you're using less speed ups, and if the resource cost is down or you're able to gather faster and produce more, then those boosts are going to affect you over the long haul. It's going to save you time, energy, and resources, so you want these maxed out technically as soon as possible. But obviously, I think the key factor is making sure that you're allotting the correct amount of time and donations so that you don't spend too much time on one tech and not reaping the benefits of another tech. So for instance, right now we just finished this. We're waiting for this one to finish researching. Got about 3.5 hours left. And then we'll be able to research this. You see the required time is 1 day to research this. That's a long time. And the amount of resources that was required was over almost 2.5 million of donations. And that can take days to get up there. And just like Unit Trainer, you'll notice that when they're in the same level, the resource cost is approximately the same. So to do the next Unit Trainer, to max it out, is going to take about 2.5 million donation coins to get it up. I would recommend waiting on these because you really want to be as balanced as possible, especially as you're just starting out going down the tree. You want to make sure that you're as far down the tree as possible, obviously focusing on alliance expansion first, which we have maxed out, and then getting most of these up to at least have one in each of them, so that everyone in the alliance benefits from it. So I mean, even just to take this one up, it's waiting to be researched. But to take this one up is, only 1 million donations. So that's going to take half as long as getting this Unit Trainer up to max. Now, that's the economy tree. And like I said, you're going to have to switch and balance between economy and military. So when you're deciding as an R4 or an R5 which tech to move to next, because only R4s and up can select the next hot tech. If you don't know what that means, basically, as you can see here, I selected this vehicle damage up, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I selected it as the hot. Up here you can see I marked it as hot, and that means that there's a 10% bonus for donations. So when someone donates to this tech, you're not required to donate to the hot tech. I can come over here and I can donate to this one if I want. Actually, I just joined the alliance, but I can donate to any tech that I want. I don't have to do the hot one. But when you do the hot one, if you focus as an alliance on one tech at a time, then you get that plus 10% bonus to your donation. And this will help speed everything up. So again, talking about balance, as you can see here, the vehicle damage up, even though this is a tech that is probably most people would argue against, they would say, wait on this, it's no big deal, don't do it. It's only 735,000 alliance donations before you can raise it up to the next level. And I firmly believe that every tech that is possible, you should get to level 1 at least. Once it's level 1, it's, you're able to move further down the tree. Vehicle damage up is obviously the last item in the tree that you probably want to focus on or even get, but it's there. Let's get it to 1, and then we can move on to other techs. It doesn't take as much alliance donation. For instance, to get the fighter attack up, we're almost 2 million, so it's almost 3 times as much donations to get this up 1 level as it is to get the vehicle damage up. So there's no reason not to go ahead, hurry up and get this. And the reason you do want vehicle damage up and vehicle hit points and vehicle attack is because even though vehicles are not very worthwhile as far as attacking goes, 99% of the time you have vehicles inside your sanctuary when you're getting attacked. These are support vehicles. They are usually in a battle at some point in time or another, and the better they are, the better you're going to improve your defense. So it is more of a defense vehicle because you're going to have them sitting around in your sanctuary, but I definitely think that you need to maximize vehicles and not let them lag so far behind. Of course, you want to focus on your stronger fighters, your military-based fighters first, and then of course you can move on to vehicles. But these are all maxed out, while vehicles at 2, it's only going to take 686,000 donations, and some of them are already done. So we only need another 240,000 to get this up to the next level. So you're going to be able to get that boost on to your vehicles for the sanctuary defense, and worst case scenario for lower might players that don't have enough troops that are sending vehicles actually into battle, this is going to affect them greatly. And that brings me to the biggest point I can make about alliance tech is that even though, let's say, I'm fighter based or shooter based, maxing this out is going to take longer focusing on the one than spreading it out. Instead of doing the 560 for vehicle, I have to do almost 2 million for shooter attack. So, of course, shooters are more beneficial, and I happen to specialize in kind of fighters and shooters. So, I want those up, but not everyone in my alliance focuses on those. We have some that are fighter based, some that are shooter based, some that are rider based, and of course, me rooting for vehicles the whole way. So, that being said, when you're picking this, I would recommend finding the one that is you're going to be able to boost quickly. It's not going to take you long to research it. You're going to get that benefit immediately, and then you're going to have it the whole time while you're building other tech up. So don't focus too much. Like if you're trying to focus or specialize on a hero for yourself, that's fine. But when it comes to alliance tech, try to be as balanced as possible. Obviously, you can let vehicles wait a little bit, but I wouldn't let them wait too long. You definitely want all the techs up as soon as possible. So don't forget your vehicles, okay? Balance out which tech you're picking next based upon the cost, how long you have to do your previous researches. Obviously we have some that need to go up anyways, but focus on that, balance it out, and make sure that you're supporting all the members of your alliance, not just what benefits you the most. And of course, if there's something that you're lacking, then let people know, talk about it, and figure out what the best course of action is for you as an alliance. So my alliance kind of asked me to do this, to figure out the best method and the best course of action for moving forward. And of course, I always try to play balance, especially when it comes to alliance tech, because it benefits everyone equally. You want to be as balanced as possible. So one other thing I did want to mention, I tend to forget it, and this is something that I've been working on, and I'm trying to figure out basically all the math for it and kind of figure out the best way to explain it so that it makes sense. But anytime you're doing research or upgrades in anything, the attack obviously boosts your, like your fighter attack up 5%, and that's great. It's kind of an immediate benefit that's easy to understand. But a lot of times, I don't think people realize the importance of, say, these troop defenses. Now, especially when you're trying to be balanced, troop defense is better to upgrade than, say, shooter defense. And the reason being is even though the amount is usually less, for instance, you're getting 5% there. Even though it might seem less in numbers, even if the numbers are less, this benefits each and every troop. So for a balanced approach, that's much more effective than a specialization approach, especially because like I said, everybody might be specializing in different things. So a troop defense is going to be more beneficial. And then all the way down at the bottom of the trees, and if you're familiar with glory level at all, the glory level refinement is actually for, let me show you. The glory level refinement, which can be found right here, boosts troop damage up and troop damage taken down. I think these are some of the biggest boosts in the game, and I want to maybe talk about that in another video, but I want to mention that anytime you can get the troop damage up, troop damage down, or specialty, fighter damage up, fighter damage down, you want to focus on those over the regular ones. Over fighter attack, I want fighter damage up. And the reason is fighter damage up gives a better bonus at the end of the attack than just increasing the attack. So the attack is kind of based off of the defense, and there's this kind of interplay in between the two, but the damage up will actually just increase that damage by a percentage. So that's actually a huge benefit, and I can't quite explain it just yet, but I'm working on it. But luckily in this alliance, the alliance tech for damage up is doing very well, and I like to see it up as high as possible. I would almost, if it was just me making the decisions, I would probably get all these maxed out before I did anything else. But I don't necessarily think that's the best approach. I just think that you should focus on those, and as soon as it makes sense, you should get those up as high as possible. You're going to see the maximum benefit from the damage up and damage down. than any other benefit. And the troop benefits, troop attack, troop defense, those are much more effective than single unit attacks and defenses and hit points. So that's everything, guys. I hope I covered it all. Make sure you're doing your max daily donations. I don't necessarily recommend spending the diamonds unless you just want to, for these techs, but make sure that you get 20, every half hour you're getting a new attempt. Make sure that you're donating as often as possible. You're gonna boost up your alliance tech, and that's gonna benefit everyone. Spend the diamonds if you can, or need to, or you want to, and you do get rewarded for being in the top 10 of alliance donations every day. So you definitely want to shoot for that, and the better you grow as an alliance, the better you're gonna be overall. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Obviously, if the video helped, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks, guys.